Oh,
Hello, James. How are you?
good. How are you, Xander?
I'm doing very well. I run a Bobcat in a Box, which is a shopping robot that sort of crawls the web for interesting products to buy for our subscribers. And we came across Build Ahead, where you're running a business based solely on sending people giant cardboard cutout heads.
Yep,
And you've sent over 1 million heads so far.
we have. Yeah.
So how did you get into the like cardboard head business?
So the founder is a guy named Brian Price. He actually started it a little over 10 years ago when he and some college friends were looking to go to a cycling event and cheer on Lance Armstrong. Me and the co-owners of the business, we actually acquired the business from Brian about 2 years ago. We were looking at potential businesses to acquire, and when we came across when we came across Build Ahead, it was just such a cool business. For me, most of my career has been spent on helping consumers find joy and happiness in various products. So, spent 10 years running an online dating company. Spent a few years as a chief marketing officer of a pet company. Spent a few years running a real estate business. And so when I saw this, it kind of aligned with kind of my goals and objectives for my career and things that are fun to do. And so we were really excited to be able to acquire the business 2 years ago.
Excellent. And it looks like people use them for graduations and other sorts of celebrations. Um, what what other things do people use the cardboard heads for?
Yeah, so graduation is definitely a big one. We see a lot of people use them for like bachelorette parties where they'll take the fiance's head with them and take it to the clubs and to the pool and wherever else they're going for the bachelorette party. See a lot of it for youth sports. So my son's on a baseball team. Everybody on the team will have big head cutouts at the games, and they'll be cheering the kids when they get up to bat. They'll have heads that they're waving on a stick and cheering for their kids with. One of the more fun ones that we've done. So about a year ago, so I've got two daughters who both have June birthdays, and so last year, you can imagine, with COVID, it was a pretty disappointing time to have a birthday. So still pretty early on and at the time we were living in Southern California, which has had more lockdowns than or more stay-at-home orders than other places. And so we wanted to do something fun for the kids. They couldn't go have a party, but they wanted to be able to connect and interact with their friends who they hadn't seen in months at that point. So we actually did our first prototype of a product that looks way better now than when we did it a year ago. But we made these cupcake toppers, which are little heads that you put it on the cupcakes, which are for birthday parties and stuff. So for both of my daughters, what we did is we got cutouts of their heads and stuck them in the cupcakes, and we went and delivered them to each of their friends and had a little social distance 10, 15 minutes that they got to spend talking with their friends who they hadn't seen in months. And such an amazing thing for my girls to be able to, one, to be able to just talk with friends, but two, to have such a fun thing that they get to go take to their friends, and their friends look at it and they're like, "Oh, this is awesome. It's so cool. Your head's so tiny, but it's like a big cupcake." Like, it was just,
It's like a bunch of sort of mini me's on top of each
yeah,
cupcake.
yeah. So when you think about our products, typically we do really big stuff, but sometimes we actually find joy in the small things as well.
Yes, some of the pictures you have on Instagram are really amazing. It's like a bunch of people and they're all like holding the same face.
Yeah.
And, these faces, they're big heads. They're bigger than life size, I guess.
Yep. So we sell a range of products. So our typical head that kind of is our the staple of our products is an 18-inch, you typically in height, and 12 inches in width. So typical heads, I think, like 11 inches from chin to forehead, and so we're doing 50% bigger than the average head. And then when you think about most of our products are kids, they're going to have smaller heads, so you're usually thinking about double. So that's our smallest of the heads that we typically sell, and we do a 2 foot, a 2 foot in height, a 3 foot in height, all the way up to a 6 foot head that you can have.
6 foot head.
Yeah, so we refer to it internally as the most biggest head. It's the most biggest head that you could possibly get as our 6 foot head, which is a pretty cool, like, just such an awesome product.
Yeah, it looks like people are having a lot of fun with these heads. I saw you also have cardboardcutouts.com and paw prints.
Yep.
So those are like, I guess, sort of like life-size cutouts, and then cutouts for animals.
Yeah, so Paw Prints HQ focuses on you tend to see a lot of, hey, my pet passed away, and so I wanted to create a memorial for them, or a lot of like, I'm doing a destination wedding and my pet can't come with us, and so I wanted to do a 2 or 3 foot stand up so that they can be at the wedding with us, type of thing. So that's pawprintshq.com. Cardboardcutouts.com. So that focuses on both stand up. So we can do a stand up as small as 6 inches all the way up to 6 feet in height. So we do both personalized stand ups on that site as well. We have some licensing agreements in place so that you can get life-size stand-ups of a WWE character or Harry Potter character, or a bunch of movie professional athlete type, a variety of licensed images that you can get turned into a stand-up.
Yeah, no, I saw you have all of the Office characters and Bob Ross and DC and Marvel and Batman and
all the most important things.
Yeah, a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for the animal cutouts, I could imagine you have some interesting like interactions between the actual animals and their cardboard cutouts. They think they're real.
Yeah, yeah. I think we had a few people on Instagram post about just a dog who's confused when he sees himself.
Have you had any? I guess you said with COVID, you've had some people using the heads to sort of connect with each other and have events when they can't be in the same place.
Yep.
Have you had any changes with COVID with the cardboard cutouts or paw prints or?
So I mean, very similar. I mean, you still see people who are Paw Prints HQ, maybe not quite as much, but cardboard cutouts. We do a fair amount of that on the personalized side, and so we saw, especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, we saw a significant number of people who, hey, I can't make it home for the holidays, so I'm going to send myself in the form of a life-size stand-up to be there with my parents, or grandparents who couldn't see grandkids sent grandma and grandpa came to the house without coming to the house. It's kind of a fun way. We saw some people who similar with like military, hey, my son's deployed, but we want to spend Christmas with him. We want to do family pictures with him. And so get life-size stand-ups of these amazing people who are serving our country, so that they can be home for the holidays. Kind of a fun way that we get to be involved in that.
Yeah, that sounds like that sounds great. Is it hard to ship if they're so large?
Yeah, so it certainly creates some interesting challenges at times. After 10 years, I think we've got it figured out pretty well. So it's definitely some weird dimensions, and we certainly have some times where FedEx, UPS, or USPS don't quite know how to handle the packages, and so we have a pretty anytime there's damage, we'll ship one out pretty quickly and get them out to them. But they're packed pretty tight, and it's a pretty quick turnaround that we're able to get to people, which is fantastic.
Yeah, so how long does it take from someone placing an order to it arriving?
Yeah, so I believe we're equal to or faster than anybody else in our industry, which is a cool thing to be able to say. We'll turn around next business day. We'll ship it out. So if you placed an order Sunday, it would ship out today. And then that will depend on. We offer a variety of shipping options. You could purchase everything from overnight to we offer an economy shipping option that goes through the U.S. Postal Service, which has variance. And we've seen it arrive as quickly as 2 days and as long as 2 or 3 weeks to get the package when it goes through the USPS. But so if you place an order on Sunday, you could have it as early as Tuesday, though.
Yeah, that's very fast.
Yeah.
And how do most people find out about you? Is it through social media or through advertising?
Yeah, so we do a fair amount of advertising, but I would say that the biggest way that people find out about us is when you're at graduation and you see somebody waving. I'm at some event waving my daughter's head. When we first bought the business, I got cutouts for all my kids and took them to soccer. And I spent half of every soccer game with people saying like, "That is awesome. Where did you get that?" And be like, "Oh, it's right on the bag. It's buildahead.com. Like, it's a pretty cool business. You should check it out." So, I mean, we pride ourselves on, our tagline, as you can see on my shirt, is "Make something memorable." Make something memorable, which is both a statement about how we want to help our customers make their events memorable, but that also we take great pride in the quality of what we create. We clean up every image to help enlarge it better, and try to print on the highest quality printers, print on the highest quality material, so that when our customers are taking this to their sporting events or graduations, that it has that wow factor that people go, "Oh my gosh, that looks so cool." Because we recognize that that's the greatest way that we can continue to grow our business, is by providing a high quality product that makes something memorable for our customers.
Yeah, it is very a very visible product, certainly. So yeah. I could see how that would spread the word.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much again for doing this. Where should people go to find out more about your products?
Yeah, best place to go is buildahead.com. You can also check out cardboardcutouts.com. You can message us at support@buildahead.com, or you can find us on Instagram or Facebook.
Excellent. Okay, perfect. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, Tanner.